Did you know that one single handful of the wrong nuts could quietly raise your blood pressure, worsen your memory, and even accelerate aging without you feeling a thing? Most seniors have no idea that the snacks they trust, the ones they've eaten for decades, may now be working against them. And here's the frightening part: many older adults reach for these nuts thinking they're choosing something healthy, when in reality they may be fueling inflammation, straining the heart, and disrupting blood sugar in ways that doctors say can become dangerous after age 60. But there's another side to the story, and it's the good news too many people never hear. Because while certain nuts can harm your brain, your joints, and your circulation, others are so rich in protective nutrients that researchers say they may help lower the risk of cognitive decline, ease arthritis pain, and even keep your heart beating stronger for years to come. So today, we're going to uncover the truth: the worst nut seniors must avoid, and the one nut you should be eating every single day to protect your mind, your heart, and your independence. What you discover in the next few minutes may completely change how you snack and how you age. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. Part 1: 4 types of nuts the elderly should avoid. Worst nut 1: salted cashews. Salted cashews may look harmless, smooth, golden, lightly roasted, and stacked neatly in every American grocery aisle. Many seniors reach for them thinking they're choosing a wholesome snack. But behind that familiar comfort lies a hidden danger that quietly threatens the health of older adults. The problem begins with the way most commercial cashews are processed. They're often roasted at extremely high temperatures, which breaks down their natural oils into oxidized fats. These damaged fats slip into the bloodstream and fuel chronic inflammation, one of the main drivers of arthritis pain, stiff joints, high blood pressure, and even heart disease in people over 60. The danger doesn't stop there. Salted cashews are typically coated with a heavy dose of sodium. For older adults, especially those living with hypertension, heart conditions, or kidney concerns, excess sodium is like pouring gasoline on a smoldering fire. Doctors frequently warn that high sodium intake stiffens blood vessels, increases fluid retention, and triggers sudden spikes in blood pressure, spikes that can lead to dizziness, headaches, or in severe cases, stroke. Many seniors don't realize that just one handful of salted cashews can contain more sodium than an entire meal. Consider the story of Mr. Harold, a 72-year-old retiree from Arizona. Every afternoon, he snacked on a small bowl of salted cashews, believing it was a healthier choice than cookies or chips. Within months, he began experiencing swollen ankles, rising blood pressure, and worsening joint pain. His cardiologist later explained that the combination of oxidized fats and sodium from his daily cashews had been quietly undermining his heart and circulation. Cashews also contain oxalates, compounds that can contribute to kidney stone formation, an especially painful condition that becomes more common with age. For seniors with reduced kidney function, this risk is even greater. And this is only the beginning. Because if salted cashews can cause this much harm, the next nut on our list carries risks that are even more deceptive and far more dangerous than most people realize. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. Worst nut 2: sugar-coated or chocolate-covered macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts are often seen as a luxury treat, smooth, buttery, and perfect for holidays or quiet evenings at home. But for seniors, the moment these nuts are coated in sugar, caramel, or milk chocolate, they transform from a harmless indulgence into a dangerous trap that can silently chip away at your health. Many older adults don't realize that processed macadamias sold in American stores are soaked in syrups, artificial flavorings, and refined oils. Doctors warn that this combination creates a perfect storm: rapid blood sugar spikes, increased inflammation, and a heavy hit of saturated fat that places tremendous stress on an aging heart. For people over 60 whose metabolism slows and whose cells become more sensitive to insulin changes, even a small serving can send blood sugar soaring, leaving you tired, foggy, and craving more. High sugar intake also accelerates cognitive decline, something too many families mistake as just aging. These coated macadamia nuts are often roasted in industrial seed oils, which break down into inflammatory compounds linked to stiff joints, worsening arthritis, and plaque buildup in arteries. Cardiologists across the country frequently warn that these oils are far more harmful to seniors than most realize. Combined with added sugar, they create the same biological pattern seen in patients with early heart disease. Take Mrs. Eleanor, a 68-year-old grandmother from Ohio. She loved the chocolate-covered macadamias her daughter brought back from Hawaii each year. She believed they were healthier than cookies or fudge. But after months of enjoying just a handful each night, her A1C climbed sharply, and she began experiencing nighttime palpitations and unusual fatigue. Her endocrinologist told her that the hidden sugars and oils in her macadamia treats were quietly pushing her toward full-blown diabetes. The danger is subtle, but the damage is real. And the next nut on this list carries an even bigger threat, one that most seniors have never been warned about. Worst nut 3. Brazil nuts when eaten regularly. Brazil nuts often appear innocent, large, smooth, and praised for being nutrient-dense. Many seniors pick them up believing they're choosing a natural source of energy. But what most older adults don't realize is that Brazil nuts contain one of the highest concentrations of selenium found in any food, a mineral that is essential in small amounts, yet dangerously toxic when consumed in excess. Doctors across major U.S. medical centers repeatedly warn that seniors are more vulnerable to selenium overload because aging kidneys process minerals more slowly, allowing toxic levels to build up quietly over time. Just one Brazil nut can give you the full daily requirement of selenium. 2 or 3 nuts? You've already exceeded what most physicians consider safe. And when selenium levels rise too high, the symptoms can be frighteningly subtle at first: unexplained fatigue, brittle hair, irritability, digestive issues, before progressing into nerve damage, hair loss, and disruptions in thyroid function. These problems are often blamed on aging, leaving seniors unaware that the real cause may be sitting inside their snack bowl. Take the example of Mr. Lawrence, a 74-year-old retired engineer from Michigan. Wanting to improve his energy, he began eating a small handful of mixed nuts each morning, not realizing Brazil nuts were scattered throughout. Within months, he developed trembling hands, thinning hair, and strange bouts of dizziness. He feared the worst. After several tests, his doctor discovered dangerously elevated selenium levels, all traced back to those nuts he believed were helping him. This kind of slow, silent toxicity makes Brazil nuts especially risky for seniors who are simply trying to support their health but may end up harming themselves without clear warning signs. And while Brazil nuts carry hidden risks, the next nut on our list is even more deceptive because it's the one most Americans over 60 eat every single week, without knowing the real danger behind it. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. Worst nut 4: industrial processed peanuts and peanut butter. Peanuts are woven deeply into American life. Ballpark snacks, lunchbox staples, and pantry classics. Many seniors grew up with them and still rely on a jar of peanut butter for a quick, familiar bite. But beneath that comfort lies a danger far more serious than most older adults realize. Processed peanuts sold across the US are among the most contaminated nuts because they are stored in warm, humid warehouses where a toxic mold called aspergillus can grow. This mold produces aflatoxin, a carcinogenic compound so harmful that liver specialists compare long term exposure to slow poison. Seniors, whose liver function often declines with age, are especially vulnerable. Even small amounts consumed regularly can worsen inflammation, impair detoxification, and increase the risk of liver disease. But the threat doesn't end with aflatoxin. Most commercial peanut products are roasted in cheap, highly processed seed oils that break down into inflammatory byproducts. Cardiologists warn that these oils raise LDL cholesterol and promote plaque buildup inside arteries, silent changes that can lead to chest tightness, shortness of breath, or even sudden cardiac events. And peanut butter, the version many older adults trust, is often blended with added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and excessive salt. This combination destabilizes blood sugar, worsens belly fat, and accelerates cognitive decline. Issues many seniors incorrectly attribute to just getting older. Consider the case of Mrs. Helen, a 70-year-old widow from North Carolina. She ate 2 tablespoons of her favorite creamy peanut butter every night with crackers, believing it was a light, protein rich snack. Over time, she began feeling unusually fatigued, developed mild jaundice, and noticed her memory slipping. Her doctor later revealed elevated liver markers and inflammation tied directly to long term aflatoxin and processed oils, hidden dangers she never saw coming. This is why processed peanuts and peanut butter pose the greatest risk of all. They feel safe, they taste familiar, and they're eaten often. But while these nuts quietly undermine your health, there are other nuts that can strengthen your heart, protect your memory, and help you age with energy and clarity. And those are the 4 powerful nuts we'll uncover next, starting with one that deserves a place on your table every single week. Part 2: 4 types of nuts you should eat regularly at age 60 plus. Best nut 1: walnuts. Walnuts may not have the glossy shine of almonds or the festive charm of pecans, but for seniors, they are one of the most powerful gifts nature offers. Their wrinkled shape resembles the human brain, and it's almost poetic that this unassuming nut contains nutrients proven to protect memory, sharpen focus, and support emotional well being, areas many older adults quietly worry about. Doctors from leading memory clinics often emphasize that walnuts are one of the richest plant sources of ALA omega 3s, a fatty acid that reduces inflammation inside the brain and supports healthier connections between nerve cells. As we age, chronic inflammation becomes a silent thief, stealing clarity, slowing recall, and making everyday tasks feel harder. Walnuts help counter that process, nourishing the brain in ways few other foods can. But their benefits reach far beyond cognition. Walnuts are loaded with polyphenols, powerful antioxidants that cardiologists say help relax blood vessels, improve circulation, and reduce the kind of arterial stiffness commonly seen in people over 60. These compounds help lower the risk of heart disease, the leading cause of death among seniors, and they do so gently, steadily, and naturally. For those struggling with joint discomfort, walnuts offer another layer of support by calming systemic inflammation that contributes to arthritis flare ups. Take Mr. Raymond, a 69-year-old retired teacher from Minnesota. After noticing small lapses in memory and morning stiffness, he began adding a small handful of walnuts to his oatmeal each day. Within months, he felt mentally sharper, his joints felt less achy, and his doctor even noted modest improvements in his cholesterol levels. He said it was the first time in years he felt he was truly taking control of his health. Walnuts are not just a snack. They are a daily act of protection for your brain and heart. And if walnuts carry this much healing power, the next nut on our list offers something even more remarkable, especially for seniors hoping to strengthen their bones and maintain steady energy throughout the day. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number one below to let me know you're with me. Now, let's move on to point number 2. Best nut 2. Almonds. Almonds have long been a familiar presence in American kitchens, but for seniors, they carry a deeper significance, one rooted in steady strength, heart protection, and the quiet preservation of independence. Unlike sugary snacks or processed crackers that drain energy, almonds deliver a slow, stable fuel that doctors say is essential for older adults whose metabolism and blood sugar regulation naturally change with age. What makes almonds especially valuable is their rich supply of vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that neurologists associate with sharper memory, healthier nerves, and reduced cognitive decline. For many seniors worried about forgetfulness or mental fog, this single nutrient can make a meaningful difference. Cardiologists often recommend almonds because they help maintain healthy cholesterol levels. Their monounsaturated fats work gently to lower LDL while supporting HDL, the good cholesterol that protects aging arteries. And their fiber content helps stabilize blood sugar, an important factor for the millions of Americans over 60 who live with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. Almonds also contain magnesium, a mineral that supports bone strength and helps ease nighttime muscle cramps, a complaint many seniors quietly struggle with. Consider the story of Mrs. Patricia, a 66-year-old grandmother from Wisconsin. She used to start her mornings with a pastry and coffee, only to feel shaky and exhausted hours later. After advice from her doctor, she replaced the pastry with a small handful of raw almonds and a piece of fruit. Within weeks, her afternoon fatigue eased, her blood sugar stabilized, and she even noticed fewer memory lapses during conversations with her grandchildren. Almonds became a simple habit that helped her feel steadier, more grounded, and in control of her health. Almonds offer strength, clarity, and balance in a single handful. Yet, as powerful as they are, the next nut on our list brings a different kind of protection, one that supports not only the heart, but also the body's inner defense against aging itself. Best nut 3, pecans. Pecans may remind many seniors of holiday pies, Southern family gatherings, or the warmth of fall afternoons. But beneath that nostalgia lies a nut that offers remarkable protection for aging bodies. Among all commonly eaten nuts in the United States, pecans rank at the top for antioxidant strength. Doctors who specialize in geriatric health often explain that antioxidants act like a shield, slowing the cellular rusting process that accelerates aging, weakens immunity, and fuels chronic inflammation. For seniors already battling stiff joints, heart concerns, or low energy, pecans provide a gentle yet powerful layer of defense. Unlike heavily processed snacks that spike blood sugar, pecans offer a steady source of healthy fats and fiber that support stable energy throughout the day. Cardiologists frequently highlight how these fats help reduce LDL cholesterol, ease artery stiffness, and improve overall heart function. Benefits especially valuable for adults over 60 who face higher risks of heart disease simply due to age. Pecans also contain magnesium and zinc, two minerals that play essential roles in immune response, wound healing, and maintaining strong, resilient tissues. Take the story of Mr. Curtis, a 71-year-old retiree from Georgia. He used to struggle with afternoon fatigue and sore knees that made gardening difficult. At his doctor's suggestion, he replaced his usual cookie snack with a small handful of unsalted pecans. Within a few months, he felt more energized, his joint discomfort eased, and his cholesterol numbers showed noticeable improvement. He said it wasn't just his body that felt better, his confidence did too, knowing he was finally fueling himself with something that supported his longevity instead of working against it. Pecans offer nourishment that feels comforting, familiar, and deeply American. But while pecans help strengthen the heart and calm inflammation, the next nut provides something even more unique, an everyday boost that can support your eyes, circulation, and mental clarity all at once. Best nut 4. Pistachios. Pistachios may look small and unassuming, but for seniors, they are one of the most complete and reliable nuts you can add to your daily routine. Doctors who work closely with older adults frequently highlight pistachios because they offer a rare combination of heart protection, eye support, steady energy, and improved circulation, all in a portion that's easy to chew, easy to digest, and gentle on aging systems. Unlike many nuts that are heavy or overly rich, pistachios provide balanced nutrition, plant protein, healthy fats, fiber, and essential vitamins that help stabilize blood sugar and keep energy levels even throughout the day. For seniors who struggle with mid-afternoon crashes, pistachios can feel like a quiet lifeline. What truly sets pistachios apart is their unique blend of lutein and zeaxanthin, two antioxidants that ophthalmologists strongly associate with better vision and a reduced risk of macular degeneration. As eyesight naturally declines with age, these nutrients act like internal defenders, helping protect the eyes from damage caused by light and oxidative stress. Pistachios also contain potassium, magnesium, and compounds that improve blood vessel function, allowing better circulation to the heart, brain, and extremities. Cardiologists often recommend them as part of a heart-conscious diet, especially for older adults with concerns about blood pressure or sluggish circulation. Take Mrs. Diane, a 73-year-old former librarian from Indiana. She used to rely on pretzels and crackers for quick snacks, but they left her tired and bloated. After switching to a daily handful of pistachios, she noticed fewer dizzy spells, improved focus while reading, and a surprising lift in her overall mood. Her doctor later pointed out that her improved circulation and stabilized blood sugar were likely playing a major role. Pistachios aren't just a snack. They're a daily investment in clarity, strength, and independence. And now that you've discovered the best and worst nuts for healthy aging, there's one final truth that ties everything together, something every senior should remember before choosing their next meal. Final summary: the small choices that shape a longer, stronger life. As we reach our 60s, 70s, and beyond, maintaining good health is no longer about grand gestures or complicated routines. It's about the quiet, everyday decisions that build up over time, especially the foods we choose to put into our bodies. Nuts may seem like a small detail in the larger picture of aging, but as you've seen, the wrong ones can provoke inflammation, strain the heart, cloud the mind, and weaken the very systems we depend on. Salted cashews, sugar-coated macadamias, excessive Brazil nuts, and processed peanuts often slip into our diets unnoticed, yet they carry risks that grow heavier with age. But the right nuts, walnuts, almonds, pecans, and pistachios, can do the opposite. They protect memory, support the heart, strengthen bones, ease inflammation, and nourish the body in ways that help older adults stay sharp, steady, and independent. These nuts work quietly, day after day, building resilience from the inside out. Think of it this way: every handful is a choice toward clarity instead of confusion, strength instead of fatigue, and vitality instead of decline. The seniors who thrive are not the ones who make perfect choices every time, but the ones who understand that even small shifts can create powerful change. As you look ahead, let this be your encouragement. Your best years are not behind you. With knowledge, intention, and the right habits, you have the power to shape the quality of your life, one simple snack at a time. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with one. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube.